Good evening and welcome to the James T. Glarum Top 50 Scholar Athlete Celebration. This is my favorite event all year and I'm so happy you're here to join us. We're going to celebrate 50 of our top scholar athletes as well as those incredible faculty members who have supported them during their time at Denison in all the many activities in which they're involved. But before we get started tonight, I would like to extend appreciation to the leadership team of athletics. And that is Sarah Lee, who's the Senior Associate Director of Athletics and Senior Woman Administrator, and Greg Lott, who's the Assistant Athletic Director. They work endlessly to help us lead all of the different components of this incredible program. The other group of individuals who have done remarkable work, especially during COVID, is our athletic communication office led by Craig Hicks. Along to his side are Kurt Ashcraft and Brandon Morgan. And so all of the filming and all of the different videos you see all come from that office. So thank you to our sport communication office. Next, I'd like to introduce to you our faculty athletic representatives that serve both the North Coast Athletic Conference and the NCAA. And serving in that role right now is Aaron Henshaw and John Davis. And they have been so helpful in helping us best communicate to the faculty through our students and otherwise to be most collaborative and transparent throughout all of the different pivots we've had to make during COVID. Last but not least, I want to talk briefly about the incredible leadership in all of our athletic programs of our coaches. Our coaches do a wonderful job mentoring and leading and guiding our student athletes. We talk about the 4 pillars of leadership excellence, and they demonstrate those 4 pillars daily. And those are competitive excellence, unquestionable integrity, academic distinction, and service. And that is the focus of our coaches, and they demonstrate that, and that's what makes them superior mentors. So I want to thank all of our head coaches as well as all of our assistant coaches in the work that they've done, especially this year. They've been remarkable. We've been very fortunate to have a tremendous amount of athletic success. And I can honestly say that we could not do that without the tremendous leadership of our president. And you will have the opportunity to hear Adam Weinberg address the group, but he is who we call our fearless leader. And his leadership makes all that we do not only superior, but also worthwhile for the student athlete. And alongside of Dr. Weinberg will be Dr. Susan Kennedy, who is now currently serving as the chair of the faculty. Thank you, Adam and Susan.
Hello. This has obviously been an exceptionally challenging and exhausting year, but in the midst of it, you've risen to the occasion to demonstrate what it means to be a student athlete at Denison. I'm so glad that we're doing this event, and I want to start by both congratulating you and thanking you for who you are and the ways you contribute to this great college. Denison's mission is to educate and inspire students to be autonomous thinkers, discerning moral agents, and engaged citizens. Over the last few weeks, I've had the pleasure of watching both our winter and spring sports compete. For me, it's been incredibly fun, and it's also been important to be back in the stands. I love this college deeply, and I'm a huge proponent of our athletic program. As I sat in the stands watching our athletes make the best of an odd season, I realized once again that Denison athletics represent something special, both about the liberal arts and also about the core DNA of Denison. This evening, this event also captures those qualities at their very best. You represent what we want for all of our students. First and foremost, you're exceptional students. Academics are the core of who you are. They're also the core of this academic institution. You care about your classes. You're engaged in them. You produce at the highest level, and you allow those around you to also produce at the highest level. You're the kinds of students faculty want in their classes. Second, you have passions and interests outside the classroom that extends the liberal arts learning in your athletic pursuits. That's another core attribute of liberal arts colleges. The learning starts in the classroom and then infuses campus life. When I watch you compete, I see your liberal arts skills, values, and habits in action. Third, you've developed mentoring relationships with faculty and coaches who care about, connect, and most importantly, who catalyze you, helping you learn the skills, the values, and the habits to perform. Fourth, you surround yourself with peers and engage in activities with them, both academic and athletic, that allows lateral learning to take place. A lot of the learning that takes place at Denison is peer-to-peer. Each year, we attract 2,200 of the most amazing college students to this campus, and you push and learn from each other. And finally, you have some fun, you have some successes, and you also have the necessary failures that are needed to learn to perform and succeed at the highest level. It's the combination of these 5 experiences that will unlock your potential to be the architect of your own life. This is what makes a liberal arts education powerful, and it's what makes a Denison education life-changing. You're living it, and you're role modeling it for those around you. Now, I want to talk a little bit about Jim Glarum. Jim Glarum endowed this event as a way to honor the academic achievements of our student athletes. Jim wanted to fund an event that recognized students and athletes and people like him. He'll humbly tell you that that's the kind of person he was at Denison. He once said to me, and I quote, "I was a good student and an average athlete. I wasn't a great basketball player. I was just tall." Now, of course, that's not true. That's the humble version of the truth. The real version, Jim graduated in 1982 with majors in economics and mathematics. He was a member of the ODK, honorary, Phi Beta Kappa, and Motor Board societies. He was also the captain of the men's varsity basketball team and a member of ATO fraternity. He went on to earn an MBA from Harvard Business School and has had a very successful career in banking, most recently as managing director and chair of regional banking North America of Citigroup. Jim is also a wonderful human being. He gives of his time to others, leads from a place of ethics, and in true Denison spirit, makes the world better through his actions, while also always having time for his alma mater and for his Denison friends, who remain some of the most important friends 35 years post-graduation. Jim joined our board in 2007 and has become an incredibly important leader on that board. I'm proud to call Jim a friend and also proud that he's a Denison alum. So you're the next generation of Jim Glarums. You're the exceptional students who are taking full advantage of your courses, your academic majors, and other academic opportunities. You're the talented athletes who play hard with your teammates because you love the sport. I often say that every time one of our athletes walks onto a field, court, or deck, you remind people why this is a great college. It's not just that we compete and perform and win, it's the way we compete, perform, and win with liberal arts values and Denison character. And one of the best parts of this event is you bring a faculty member with you who you've developed a close relationship with, who you admire, and who's enriched your academic experience at Denison. Denison does collegiate athletics at its very best, and tonight we celebrate that spirit. So I want to finish by thanking the coaches and faculty who are here tonight. I feel honored to work with you, and I speak for the students in saying that they invited you here tonight because of their respect and admiration and because of their gratitude for who you are, what you do, and how you do it. And lastly, to our students, thank you for being great Denisonians and for representing this great college so well. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Susan Kennedy. I'm from the psychology department. And this past academic year, I've had the honor and pleasure of serving as chair of the faculty. On behalf of my colleagues across campus, I want to take just a moment to congratulate all of you on what you have achieved that brings you to this celebration tonight. If you look up scholar athlete, you will find the following quote: "They are relatively scarce people because the resources needed to succeed in one endeavor, your academics, are demanded by the other endeavor." your athletic skill. All of you here tonight have demonstrated persistence and dedication to both your academics and your sport. You have worked diligently and consistently to achieve excellence in both of these arenas, and you have demonstrated qualities that will serve you well long after you leave the Hill. On behalf of the faculty, I want to thank you for making us proud, and I wish you all the best in the years to come.
And now we would like to release the first 10 in alphabetical order top 50 scholars. Sarah Lee, our Senior Associate Director of Athletics and Senior Woman Administrator, will announce the Ted Barclay Top 5 recipients.
The Ted Barclay Top 5 Award is given to the scholar athlete who represents the athletic department in a positive manner through their athletic ability and scholarship. It is named in honor of Ted Barclay, who spent 35 years at Denison as a professor, coach, and athletic director. This year's Ted Barclay Top 5 recipients are Sydney Ludis of women's soccer, Megan Wong of women's golf, Alexis Falvo of women's swimming and diving, Jess Joseph of field hockey, and Tessa Udo of women's fencing. Congratulations.
And now the next 10 top 50 scholars. The Town and Gown Award recognizes an individual or organization who has been exceptionally helpful and supportive during an academic year. This year's recipient is Director of Athletics Josh Duvall and Granville High School. Thank you to both. I'd also like to introduce Mike Hills, the Director of the Varsity D Association, who will announce this year's Alumni Recognition Award recipient.
Hi, I'm Mike Hills, Director of the Varsity D Association, and I have the honor today to announce this year's recipient of the Alumni Recognition Award, which goes to the Denisonian who has supported our athletic department the most over this past year. This year's recipient is one of Denison's finest, someone whose creativity, passion, dedication to the job has lifted the entire department up to an elite level. So I'm really pleased to announce this year's winner. It's one of our own from the Denison class of 2016, Brandon Morgan. Congratulations, Brandon, and thank you for all that you do.
And now, the next 10 of our top 50 scholars. I'd like to introduce to you the Executive Director of the North Coast Athletic Conference, Carrie Lahufsky. She will announce this year's NCAC Scholar Athlete Award winners.
I'm Carrie Alexander Lahufsky, the Executive Director of the North Coast Athletic Conference. I'm honored to be a part of Denison's James T. Glarum Top 50 Scholar Athlete Award ceremony. The NCAC Scholar Athlete Awards are given to one Denison male and female student athlete who have achieved a minimum grade point average of 3.5 and have contributed significantly to the athletic accomplishments of his or her team. This year's recipients are Denison men's swimmer Drake Horton and women's golfer Megan Wong. Congrats, Drake and Megan.
And now the next 10 top 50 scholar athletes. I am so happy to introduce both Lynn Schweizer and Larry Scheider today. Lynn Schweizer spent 44 years in her role as athletic administrator, all-world coach, and teacher at Denison University. Upon her retirement, she continues to be what we call the voice of diving at Denison, and she also does other things to help us and support our student athletes to this day. She will be introducing the Lynn Schweizer Award. Larry Scheider is currently in his role as Director of Compliance and Business Operations in our athletic department. I have been very fortunate and honored to work with Larry, as he also served in the role of Director of Athletics for 20 years prior to the time I took over the job. So please welcome Lynn Schweizer and Larry Scheider.
The Lynn Schweizer Award is presented to the highest ranking senior female in terms of GPA. This year's recipient is senior women's lacrosse student athlete Megan Cunningham. Congratulations, Megan.
The Larry Scheider Award goes to the senior male athlete with the highest GPA. This year's recipient is Robert Saylor, a member of the football team. Congratulations, Rob.
And now, the final 10 top 50 scholar athletes. As President Weinberg recognized, Jim Glarum is a very special Denisonian. I had the incredible opportunity to have a wonderful friendship with Jim in our undergraduate tenure. Jim and I both played college basketball and attempted the balance of our scholar athlete experience. Jim did a better job of it than I did, for sure. But when I returned 10 years ago, Jim asked me about my vision for Denison athletics, and the first vision I shared with him was the Top 50 Scholar Athlete Initiative. And he said he wanted to support this celebration. And so that's how the James T. Glarum Top 50 Scholar Athlete Celebration started. As we talk about the highest honor of a student athlete is the James T. Glarum Presidential Award. This year's recipient is a member of the women's golf team, a native of Columbus, Ohio, and a biochemistry major, Megan Wong. Megan's accomplishments are vast. She was recognized as a Top 50 Student Athlete Celebration in 2019 and 2020. She was first team All NCAC in 2019. She was a two-time recipient of the NCAC Academic Honor Roll in the 2018-19 academic year, as well as the 2019-20 academic year. She was a two-time member of the WGCA All-America Scholar Team in 2018-19 and again in 2019 and 20. And she placed 5th overall at the 2019 NCAC Golf Championship. In addition, Megan holds Denison's 18-hole scoring record with a 3 under par 69 at the OWU Fall Invitation in 2019. Congratulations, Megan Wong, for a wonderful career on the course and in the classroom. Congratulations to all Top 50 Scholar Athlete Award recipients and those faculty members who have done a tremendous job guiding, leading, and mentoring the students in the classroom. We want to close tonight by sharing with you a poem that we all can identify with, and it's entitled Why We Play. It's not about getting a scholarship, getting drafted, or making Sports Center. It's a deep need in us that comes from the heart. We need to practice to play, to hustle, to sweat. We do it all for our teammates and for the students in class we don't even know. We don't practice with future professional soccer star. We practice with a future sports agent. We don't lift weights with a future Olympic basketball player. We lift with a future doctor. We don't run with a future Wimbledon champion. We run with a future CEO. It's a bigger part of us than others can understand. Sometimes we play for 2,500 fans, sometimes 25, but we still play hard. You cheer for us because you know us. You know more than just our names. Like all of you, we are students first. We don't sign autographs, but we do sign graduate school applications, MCAT exams, and student body petitions. When we lose a game, we don't let down an entire state. We only let down our teammates, coaches, and fans. But the hurt in our hearts is still the same. We train hard, lift, kick, head, swim, shoot, throw, and lift some more. And in the morning, we go to class. It's about pride in ourselves, in Denison. It's about our love and passion for the game. And when it's over, when we walk off that field, court, pool for the last time, our hearts crumble. Those tears are real, but deep down inside, we are very proud of ourselves. We will forever be what few can claim, Denison University athletes. Thanks for joining us tonight. Congratulations to all of our wonderful scholar athletes, and good night.